The best method of defense you could possibly imagine was designed by Rimuru in order to protect all the living creatures in the Jura Tempest Federation. Before we dive deeper into this explanation, make sure to hit that subscribe button, like the video after you watch it, and let me know your thoughts in the comments section. During Volume 8 of the light novel, after Ramiris decided to move into Rimuru's dominion, he gave her permission to create the dungeon and granted her rights to the place. She created it using her intrinsic skill called Small World, which allows the user to create a near-endless labyrinth of isolated space with particular dimensions and shapes tailored to their liking. Inside the labyrinth, the user's subordinates are immortal. If the user's subordinates get killed, they'll disappear and respawn at a set location. There's no revival limit, making the user's subordinates almost undefeatable. The inside of this dungeon is under both Rimuru's and Ramiris' control. They both manage the land. The dungeon was created with two purposes in mind. One, to be able to help the economy of the country by providing a touristic attraction as well as training ground for adventurers to fight strong opponents and buy equipment as well as other items. And two, as a method of defense, since in order to hurt the population, invaders would have to get through the entire dungeon and beat every single floor and boss. So let's talk about the layout of the dungeon itself. All the way at the bottom, in floor 100, lays Veldra, the final boss of the labyrinth, where he basically flaunts his aura as much as he likes, and it trickles upward. Ramiris is able to use it in order to spawn powerful monsters with their strength pertaining to the floor they are in. The entry fee of the dungeon is 3 silver coins. However, there are also some essential items that are not required to be purchased but highly encouraged, like a resurrection bracelet. It revives any user 10 seconds after their death is confirmed. The timer is there in order to allow parties of multiple adventurers to try to revive their own teammate. The first use is free, any further uses cost 2 silver coins. There are also a return whistle, single item use, that returns the user to outside of the dungeon, which is used for emergencies, but this one costs 30 silver coins. And lastly, a recording crystal, which is used as a checkpoint, but each costs 1 gold coin. There are also incentives throughout the labyrinth, like treasure chests containing equipments and potions, items, even coins. Just like there are traps throughout most floors, there are also 4 monsters called the Dungeon Dominators, which are avatars created by Rimuru in order to try to sabotage adventurers that challenge the dungeon. These are the Ghost Wizard for Rimuru, Skeleton Magic Knight for Veldra, the Red Slime Assassin for Milim, and the Living Armor Berserker for Ramiris. Let's talk about the labyrinth itself. Every 10 floors there is a boss or a guardian that needs to be defeated in order to advance to the next floor. The first floor of the dungeon is just like a front desk that manages the entries, a gym, and some training areas. Floors 2 through 4 is the beginning, with the weakest monsters of rank F. Floor 5 contains monsters rank D, and the treasure chests start to have better equipment that is even sellable. Floor 10 is the first boss, a B ranked black spider like the one Rimuru faced. Floor 20 contains a B+ ranked evil centipede, also known as the monster that we already saw Rimuru facing in the anime. Floor 30 contains a B+ ogre lord and 5 subordinates for a greater and smarter challenge. Floor 40 contains an A- ranked Tempest Serpent, a slightly upgraded version than the one that we saw Rimuru fight in the anime. Floors 41 through 49 is where the traps of the dungeon start to get serious as some traps be an instant death. Floor 49 is a floor full of slimes. While they may seem like nothing, they can actually merge together and create a massive monster that is immune to any physical attack, as well as all the slimes falling from roof and others. The biggest issue with the slimes is that they're extremely corrosive, so being touched by them will dissolve the equipment of the people trying through the dungeon. Floor 50 is guarded by 2 bosses that take shifts, the A+ ranked Gozul and Mizul. Floor 51 through 60 are filled with golems and many scientific weapons like laser beams, poisonous gas, and others. Floor 60 has a demon colossus that is piloted by Gadra. Beating this floor is only the beginning because this is where the dungeon's difficulty really starts to show. Floors 61 through 70 are entirely filled with an army of undead summoned by Adelman with himself, as well as Auber and Venti by his side as guardians. Floors 71 through 80 shifts from undead to giant insects under Apido's command, with Apido being the floor boss for 79 and then Zegion, the most powerful of the guardians, the boss for floor 80. Floors 81 through 90 are known for magic beasts, since each floor starting on 82nd are guarded by Kumara's 8 legions, with Kumara herself being the guardian of the floor 90. Floor 91 through 94 are production and storage facilities like for metal ores, magic steel, a farm, a garden for honey, all of those. The 95th floor is one of the most important and the biggest. It is the last save point before the final boss, and it also contains the Adventurer's Inn that offers food, baths. It's like a fancy 5-star hotel. There's also an equipment shop and research facility. This floor can be accessed through a staircase that is kept by every single floor. However, only those that actually reach this floor can use all facilities. Those climbing through the staircase are only permitted to use the inn and the equipment shop. Floors 96 through 99 are floors inhabited by dragon lords with themes corresponding to their specific elemental dragon. 96 is the Earth Dragon Lord and is filled with earthquake and gravity traps. 97 is the Wind Dragon and it has random lightning strikes. 98 is the Ice Dragon, where if you stop moving you can freeze to death. And 99 is the Fire Dragon, where it's almost impossible to beat without heat resistant equipment. And the floor 100 is the final boss, safeguarded by Veldra himself. Right on the Veldra, however, there is a secret floor, floor 101, which is where the entirety of the population of Tempest Federation gets teleported in case of an invasion, forcing anyone trying to harm the civilians to go through the entire dungeon before reaching anyone. Let me know what you guys think in the comments about this defensive system employed by Rimuru, and how well do you think it measures up.